Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. How are all y'all doing today on this fine hump day, Wednesday, middle of the week? All good here. Actually, that little toe that I banged a little bit yesterday doesn't seem to be as bad as what I did before, so I think I'll be okay. So hopefully I'll be able to get on that cardio in the next couple of days. Anyhow, just thought, I don't know if you guys remember the video or if you've watched, I think it was the video 2 days ago. Where it wasn't part of the video, but I just, as props, I had a big thing of orange juice and a big bowl of mango I was eating. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about a little bit today is just, like I've told you, I tell you every single video almost, that this channel is just kind of showing people the experiment, which is me. And I like to share little reactions my body has and just little things that I go through. As I'm, it's some days when I do things different, and how I'm getting to where I can really notice the difference, or not so much. I probably notice it because I've been on a different path for this past year, and that different path has been to, it's really been upping my greens. Before I would just generally, have a salad at dinner. And, I got some of my greens in, but mostly during the day it was just fruit, juices coming in. And that's great, I like that a lot. And sometimes, I think even when I was doing that regularly, there was a while there where I had probably 64 ounces of orange juice every day, and I was a little bit scattered. And I noticed that 2 days ago. I was just like, I was kind of almost laughing at it. And, everybody's done videos. I was looking at a couple, as I was getting ready for this video today, I was looking at some other people's videos. And just, going back over greens and the raw vegan diet and trying to, make a few notes and blah, blah, blah. Mostly things I know, but I always have to pound things into my head. And when I write things down, it's a study tool for me more than anything else. And, we pretty much all know that what we're getting, that the greens are a good source of lots of vitamins and minerals, specifically vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, folate, we're getting calcium and iron. We're getting just lots of good stuff. As far as the nutrients of the greens themselves. But one of the things I noticed the other day, and I just looking back, back until I kind of got on my kick of eating lots of greens, and I knew the importance of eating lots of greens. I just kind of had a reminiscent feeling of that, but then I could identify it 2 days ago. Basically what I did I had mostly a juicy fruit day. I even think I posted something on Facebook or Instagram about that, and it is true, but I was kind of like, okay, I've had plenty of bananas. I eat bananas all the time. I was just having a day where I didn't have a lot of ripe bananas, so I felt the need for some juicy fruit. So I had during the day, I think I had banana and ice cream in the morning, probably 9 or 10 bananas, and then the next thing I had 32 ounces of orange juice and a big old bowl of mango, and then I finished the orange juice off in the afternoon. I can't really remember what I had for dinner, but that's not really much of a point anyway. But the point being is taking in, okay, now granted, the juice, there was no fiber in that, so maybe if I was eating oranges, they were just the equivalent in whole fruit, it wouldn't have been so much. But definitely without having those greens in, like I mix in with my smoothies, and mostly the greens, but also the seeds as well. But without those greens and the seeds, but I'd say probably at least 75% of it was just not having the greens. It's just like I just wasn't balanced. I mean, my energy was, I went to yoga that day and I had a good yoga class, but I just wasn't balanced. I mean, my energy was just a little too, shaky and tense. It wasn't that good kind of energy. It wasn't bad. Like I said, I don't want to describe like, oh my God, I felt terrible or whatever. It just wasn't optimum. And I'm getting more and more to where if it's not optimum, I don't like it. And that's just for me. Sometimes I'll say something like that. I don't want anybody to think like everybody's got to, everybody's on their path where they are on their path. And everybody has a different viewpoint of doing this, but just for me, it's just like when I can get, when I start getting towards that highest high or that just really feeling top notch all the time, I'm just like, why would I do anything to lose that or take away from it? It's just not, it's a risk reward benefit. It's like, sometimes people are like, well, that's not going to hurt you. I'm like, no, it's not going to hurt me. I mean, you guys all know that, just for convenience sake or whatever. Whenever I go to the States, I eat cooked food. It's not the highest of the high for me. Like, some people do thrive eating cooked food, but it's not the highest of the high for me. But yet, when I go there, it's always risk reward. Most things in life are risk reward. But that's probably going to change one of these days, because I think one of these trips I'm going to get there and I'm going to just be like, well, you know what? I really just don't want to come down from the high place or the high feeling that I'm feeling right now. I know that I'm going to the States here in 3 weeks, and I know for a fact I'm going to adjust my diet from what it's been on past trips. But yeah, but just getting back to the greens, it's like I just noticed that. Like I say, I didn't feel terrible. It wasn't like I was spinning out or out of control or real shaky and jittery on Monday. It was just that I wasn't at my best. And if I know, it's kind of like, if I know that doing A will give me the result that I'm looking for, why would I even remotely think about not doing A? So it's just, it was just a little reminder that brings me back. And sometimes we need to feel it instead of just reading about it, listening to it on YouTube, having somebody else explain it to us. The best way to understand any of this raw vegan stuff, any of this high-carb vegan stuff, anything about the health of your body, is to feel it. There's no comparison between hearing something. I don't give a damn who the source is, how smart they are. It still doesn't compare to feeling it. Once you feel something, it gets ingrained in there, and then you understand it instinctively a little better than just by coming to it intellectually through reading or hearing somebody else's account of it. But anyhow, I know I'm on the right path with getting the greens in. It's all about balance. Like I say, it's all about always tweaking and just always finding that right balance. I like lots of fruit, and I like lots of greens. I like my seeds in there. I like that balance. I like that. I feel like, the fruit, the sugar, it is just that, it's unadulterated energy, and then the greens kind of control that energy. It gives you like a control to it. And hey, anything further than that, just like I say, on this experiment that is Jack, I know I need those greens in my diet. We never get enough. We never get enough. I mean, that's why, I do kind of like the powders from time to time, because I think until we get to the point where we can just literally be eating greens all the time, it's tough to get as many greens in as we need. But I'm going to get as much of them as possible, and I'm going to continue to pack those green smoothies. I'm going to continue to eat the big salads. I'm going to continue to try to work some greens in wherever I can. If I can make that move in 2016 and get down to the area where I am, I might just have a bowl of leaves on my desk all the time just to snack on, because the greens are just hella tasty down there. You could literally do that. But anyhow, just my 2 cents worth on getting the greens in your diet. Haven't talked about greens in a while, and that was a nice little wake-up call the other day that, I believe the greens are the right way to go, right part of balancing that fruit. So anyhow, hope you guys like this one. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and hope the week's going well for you. Love you guys. Peace.